What is up, ladies and gentlemen of the online Jamily? This, of course, here's Jamiroquai 2000 with the first of many episodes that I planned out for a brand new series. Welcome to the new series entitled The Beginner's Guide to Jamiroquai. Given the recent influx of a lot of music fans into the online Jamily and into the online community of fans, from either the recurring Jamiroquai memes ecosystem to purely from musical discovery, I thought it was the right time to write and record this new post series to help those music fans get into an introduction to Jamiroquai, from the past-present history to their musical influences to the band members past and present of the band. It further enriched their exploration of the band Jamiroquai here in the 30th year of their musical history. In this first episode, or should say post of this recurring series, I'm going to be providing an introduction into Jamiroquai with the looks at the origins of the band's logo, the Buffalo Man, and the name itself, Jamiroquai. So now we're going to be entering into the first subsection of this episode called the Buffalo Man logo. Now, most bands in popular music throughout musical history have adopted logos or icons, sometimes for promotion's sake or for merchandise sake, to help them distinctly separate themselves from other musical acts of their musical period. Some band logo examples could include the Rolling Stones with the big red pouting lips with the elongated tongue, or Led Zeppelin with a picture of falling Icarus from Greek mythology. But in the case of Jamiroquai, their band logo would have its biggest influence from the Native American tribes, specifically the Iroquois tribe of the Five Nations, predominantly located in the northeast section of North American upstate New York. The Buffalo Man itself has a relation to the medicine man of Native American tribes. A medicine man or medicine woman is a traditional healer and spiritual leader who serves a community of indigenous people of the Americas. Individual cultures have their own names and their own respective languages for spiritual healers and ceremonial leaders in these particular cultures. The Buffalo Man logo itself for Jamiroquai was also derived, the Buffalo Man logo, from a sketch that once Jamiroquai lead singer J.K. drew of himself in a silhouette, toes turned out beneath flares and bell bottoms, and the trademark buffalo hat set at an endearing angle has appeared in almost all the tracks somewhere, either in the packaging or the actual disc art of these said releases. There have also been some original old photos on the internet that have shown someone dressed as a Buffalo Man for photo shoots from around the 1992 to 1993 musical period of Jamiroquai. It is unknown if these were indeed J.K. under the garb of the Buffalo Man for the debut album cover photo shoots for their first album, 1993's Emergency on Planet Earth. But Jamiroquai's connection with the Native American tribes is purely of a level of environmental and spiritual respect. In the liner notes to Emergency on Planet Earth, J.K. writes that the name Jamiroquai is put forth to the Iroquois and the other Native American peoples, as I quote, with the utmost respect to all of you because I know that you are right. The value placed on natural law and earth in this message from Jay would seem to grow out of the admiration of the culture and the Iroquois and other Native American peoples. On the track Manifest Destiny, which is from the band's second album, The Return of the Space Cowboy, Jay reflects upon more than 4 centuries of violent, rapacious subjugation of Native American peoples, expressing a profound sadness and attempting to come to terms with the shame of our ancestry. Now we're going to move on to the second section of this first episode of The Beginner's Guide to Jamiroquai, looking at the band name Jamiroquai. Now, the name Jamiroquai is a conglomeration of the words jam and of the name of the Native American Native American people's culture, as I mentioned at the beginning of this episode of The Beginner's Guide to Jamiroquai, of the Iroquois. And of course, as I said, they are indigenous to the central and eastern United States and Canada. The Iroquois Confederacy, or Iroquois League, comprising of the Mohawk, Oneida, Onondaga, Cayuga, and Seneca Indians, were the most powerful and advanced American Indian nation from their early 17th century until the American Revolution, in which most tribes joined the British and were massacred during the war. There are some Mohawk and Cayuga living in the reservations on Ontario, where the Oneida are in Wisconsin. Most Iroquois now live in New York. The Iroquois population in the United States and Canada is around roughly 29,000. The most common misconception about Jamiroquai, it's referencing to many music fans, they think J.K. himself, when they talk talk about the band and neglect the lineage of all the great members that have helped contribute to the sound of Jamiroquai for the past 30 years, i.e., that the band is rather than just one cat in the hat who does all the music and lyrical work. But it can be easily overlooked once music fans delve more into the band and delve more into the band in their own time. In the closing of this first episode, I am reminded by the closing words of J.K. in the Mercy on Planet Earth album liner notes from 1993, and this is quoting J.K. To all the Native Americans, especially the Iroquois, don't ask me why Iroquois forms the basis of the name Jamiroquai. The name is of a natural occurrence. It is put forward with the most utmost respect of all of you because I know you are right. I feel and I hope that you can understand this. Always remember that there are many Wasuchus, and if you don't know what Wasuchu is, it is a slang term for the white man that who want things to be the same as you and all your brothers and sisters across the nation as once was yours. Signed, J.K. Now, I hope you enjoyed this first episode of the Beginner's Guide to Jamiroquai and learned a little bit more about the name Jamiroquai and, of course, of the logo of the Buffalo Man of Jamiroquai. And coming up next, in the next episode of the Beginner's Guide to Jamiroquai, I will be talking about looking at the musical influences and genre stylings of Jamiroquai's music and of their musical predecessors. Thank you again, everybody, for the support, and I hope you enjoy this series. And like I said, this series will be recurring, so I'll be sure to try putting out episodes for the series when I can, where I can. But hope you enjoy this episode. Be sure to like and subscribe. Be sure to ding the bell on your YouTube to stay up to date on all the latest new content coming from the Jamir Fan 2000 YouTube channel. I really do appreciate all the support over the last nearly 6 to 7 years that I've been doing videos on YouTube about the Jamiroquai, and I appreciate all of your support from the family themselves, of course, the band members of Jamiroquai. As always, this is Jamir Fan 2000. I'll see you again really soon with more Jamiroquai related content here on the Jamir Fan 2000 YouTube channel. Bye bye, everybody. Thank you again for the support and take care.